Hi, I welcome all of you in my channel and in this video in which we are going to discuss about manual solving of a problem that is related to the z-test, one sample z-test, and it's a unidirectional hypothesis test. Let's start with the problem. The breaking strength of a fiber is required to be at least 150 psi. So the words at least, it shows us that it's a one directional hypothesis and the mu value will be greater than 150 in the alternate hypothesis. Past experience has indicated that the standard deviation of the breaking strength is sigma is equal to 3. So whenever we have provided with the standard deviation, please make sure that we will only apply z-test to solve the problem. A random sample of 4 specimens is tested and the results are here. Maybe you will get confused that we have only 4 observations and we are going to apply the z-test. However, the z-test is mostly applied on the standard deviations. But for your clue, that do not consider these 4 values observations. Please focus on this value of the standard deviation, that always when the standard deviation is provided, you will have to apply z-test. Step 1, we will formulate our hypothesis, null hypothesis and alternate hypothesis. Null hypothesis is represented by mu naught and it is equal to 150 because we will always keep our equality sign in the null hypothesis. Then alternate hypothesis, it is represented by h1. We say that mu naught is greater than 150. Where comes the sign greater than? It comes from this word at least. Okay, so if the word here was used at most, then we have to reverse this sign. The words exceeds, greater than or at least, these 3 words are used for this greater than symbol. Please make sure. So these 3 wordings, they belong to this greater than symbol. Then we will talk about test statistic. Test statistic is the formula that is used to calculate the z statistic value or z naught value. So we have in this formula n is the number of observations that are equal to 4, sigma is equal to 3, mu naught given to us 150. We have to compute y bar. Y bar will be calculated from the 4 observations. We added them and divided by 4 and we got our mean or average is equal to 148.75. After that, we will put these values in our z naught formula. So I have put the formula. Now I will solve it using the calculators. So I got z naught is equal to minus 0.83. Now the next step is to get the value of the rejection criteria. The rejection criteria is if z naught is greater than z alpha, we will reject our null hypothesis. So this is my rejection criteria. I have put the value of z naught that is equal to minus 0.83 and I have written greater than z of alpha. I took alpha is equal to 0.05 and z 0.05 will be equal to, now we'll check this in the z table. Before going towards the table, I have drawn this normal distribution. Please make sure that this distribution, when you make it, it should be asymmetrical. In the center of, you can draw a line. On the line, the z 0.5, the 50% probability is towards the right and 50% towards the left. And in the center, we have z 0.5 that is always equal to 0. One thing more, the z naught values that are greater than 0, they always lies towards the right hand side of this from the center, and the z naught values that are negative, they always rise on the left hand side from this central line. Further, the mu lies at the center. Mu is equal to 150. Our cutoff region only lies on the right hand side or on the, you can say, upper tail. Here I have written that alpha is equal to 5%. Now I have to calculate, this is the probability of that the 5% is we have error of making a mistake. So if our calculated value or z naught lie on the right hand side of this cutoff value, we lie in the bad region and we reject our null hypothesis. However, if our z naught value lies on the left hand side of this cutoff region at any point, So we will say that we failed to reject our null hypothesis. The probability in the normal distribution we always compute it from the left hand side. So from here we go towards the right hand side, and till this point we have 95% of the probability under this curve. Okay, the total probability, that total area under the curve is 1, so the probability up till here is 0.95, or 95% of area is under the curve till this point. And now we will have to check this 0.95 in the z distribution tables. We see that in the row 1.6 we got 0.9495 and at 0.04. So at 1.64 we have 0.9495, and at 1.65 we have 0.9505. In between these two we got 0.95005, so 1.645. Now our value that lie on this, you can see left hand side of this cutoff region, and it lies somewhere here. You can see it is equal to minus 0.83, and it lies in the good region. So when our value lies in the good region, we say that we conclude that we fail to reject our null hypothesis. As per the rejection criteria, 0.083 is greater than 1.645. Here I have written, you can see, which is false. So based upon this, we conclude that we fail to reject our null hypothesis, and now we will do our interpretation. We interpret based upon our question statement, and our question statement is saying that the breaking strength of a fiber is required to be at least 150 psi. So this statement is found to be not correct. So we conclude that the breaking strength of a fiber is less than or equal to 150 psi. So interpretation is the breaking strength is less than or equal to 150 psi. That's all about the question. Now I am going to solve this question in the Minitab within 30 seconds. This is the data for the breaking strength. What we will do, we will go to stat, then we will go basic statistics, one sample z test. Here I will write that one or more sample each in a column, that I have a data in the column. So I have selected the C8. How we will select it? We will click on it and then click on the select. So known standard deviation is 3. We will have to perform a hypothesis test. The hypothesized mean is 150. Then we will go towards the option. We will say that the mean is greater than hypothesized mean. We have 3 options there. Click on the last one and then click OK. I will always recommend in my videos that please do the click on the box plot. It is very good in order to get the visualizations. Then click OK, and now you will get the results. So here what we got that our z value is minus 0.83 and the associated value is 0.798. that tells us that we fail to reject the null hypothesis. The last thing which I'm going to do is the calculation of the p-value for this test. So the expression that will be used for the calculation of the p-value is p is equal to 1 minus the probability associated with the z0. I copied that formula and I've written p is equal to 1 minus probability associated with minus 0.83. I will check the probability with this z0 value in the z distribution tables. So I will check it from here. It is minus 0.8. We need this row. I will highlight it, and then from the column I need 3. So in this column and this intersection we got 0.2033. So 1 minus 0.2033 is equal to 0.7967. So that's all about today's video. Hopefully you have liked this video. Kindly subscribe to my channel. If you have any question, you can ask those questions in the comment section, as well as my WhatsApp number, email address has also been provided in the description of this video. You can also ask your questions there. Thanks a lot for watching the video. Bye.